January 3rd, 11:12 p.m. First of these videos of the year 2023. Don't have any money today. My bank, all the cash I put in my bank ATM is not available today, and then bills came in and got a negative balance, and Uber debit card. They're changing the debit card or something, and I don't know, just a bunch of stupid bullshit. So I don't have much cash. I had $25 and didn't have enough to fill up my tank and go drive Uber. And Chiefs won. Guy on TV, Monday Night Football, had a heart attack during the game. I was driving Uber last night, thinking this guy at the Hollywood Casino, and he tells me that the guy died. His dad texted him during the car ride that the guy just died, but he didn't die. Serious condition, and I guess ESPN said this morning that happens. That the doctor treated the guy. It says it happens fairly often, once a week or something, with athletes having cardiac arrest, heart attacks. It just doesn't happen on primetime television like that in the NFL. Those guys are super athletes, great condition. So for somebody to in that condition, good enough to play in the NFL like that, something's wrong. But I guess he's recovering, and he didn't die. He's, everybody in America is, cheering for him. So, I'm not cheering. I'm cheering for the guy to get well, like everybody. But I guess it's a lot more common than than what people were witnessing. It happens a lot more often with athletes than I think that we witnessed on Monday Night Football. But Purdue lost their first game. I guess they lost to Rutgers last year after they were ranked number 1 for 1 week. So Rutgers has their number. And Oklahoma State Cowboys lost to KU by 2 points on New Year's Eve. Was killing KU in the first half. KU killed them in the second half, and Pokes had a layup going in the final second to tie it, and KU swatted it away or something. So into that one, but don't want to lose by 2 points in Lawrence when KU's good. Pokes got hope. Pokes have, something to go on that, they can play the game with anybody. And of course, Purdue's been ranked number 1 for a few weeks with that 7'4" kid, so they obviously are one of the favorites to win the national championship. I went to Purdue in 1983. Trainer Graduate School of Management after my BS in Mechanical Engineering at Oklahoma State. I earned my BS in Mechanical Engineering at Oklahoma State in 4 years. I didn't take one class a semester to get a better grade point. There was fraud, crap going on. I don't believe in grade point. And I got 93% on GMAT. It took us several times, and there was fraud and crap with that too. I think to a lesser extent. It's not as easy to do as it was at Oklahoma State, or high school at Shawnee Mission South. But so I think that has more credibility than anything, standardized test scores. But 93% on GMAT, 96% on the ACT, 98, 99 in math. I think those qualifications definitely qualify me to or give me the right to demand a hedge fund license with that $5 billion a year paycheck. And all the disrespect since I was 16 when I first tried to get a license. That's $5 billion a year for every year since I was 16 from Merrill Lynch, because they're the ones who fucking started the disrespect. The guy said, well, I can call Topeka and say, Topeka owes me $1 trillion because they're a bunch of dumbass punks. The rules are just a bunch of dumbass bullshit punks run around the system. Yeah, it's all a bunch of shit. Hand me $1 trillion, Topeka, Kansas. Real Estate Commission and Securities Commission. Hand me $1 trillion for arresting me for trespassing at Merrill Lynch in Kansas City, Missouri. Hand me $1 trillion for Johnson County Nazi ass Bullshit. Where I'm from my whole life and live. Purdue handed me $1 trillion for Wilbur, whoever the hell he was. 3 or 4 of them all look like each other. They're bullshit. And the statement last semester I would be thrown in jail if I went into a stockbroker office in Kansas City. Since it happened, got us a warning or whatever. It's bullshit, not acceptable. That's going to cost $1 trillion. Minimum wage, you're no different than everybody else. 96% of $5 billion since kindergarten because the punk said my degrees don't matter. The headquarters of Merrill Lynch has never replied. The headquarters of Smith Barney, Payne Weber, Oppenheimer, none of them ever replied to these issues. They each owe me $1 trillion. Plaza, Kansas City, Missouri, they owe me $1 trillion. I own that. Highwoods, J.C. Nichols, Simon Properties now. Just because you own the place doesn't mean you get a paycheck. You're no different than anybody else. Any owner gets 100% legal respect. Well, you know, my family had money in those places, accounts, and they probably murdered my dad. Some stooge idiot stole his identity. Sprint, Waddell and Reed, hand me $1 trillion. Part of the local bullshit around here. I didn't go to Purdue to live in Indiana. I didn't go to Oklahoma State to live in Oklahoma. I went there to get those degrees. I did it. It's all the crap and fraud. I don't have to apologize for anything to hide. Other than advertise all the bullshit and disrespect, Nazi disrespect, murder, gossip, and identity theft gossips I've lived for listening to from my dad and witnessed with other people for 34 years. Paycheck precedent, $5 billion a year hedge fund. Drexel Burnham Lambert Milken, half a billion back in the 80s. Paycheck precedent, business license precedent, or their ACT percentile to have a license. Period to begin with. Get that paycheck. Well, these Nazis throwing me in jail for trespassing under fiction in Kansas City and telling me no one's supposed to make more than $30,000 a year, but they themselves get $50,000 a year. See, that kind of bullshit is in me forever, and that's why I'm the way I am. And all the disrespect for the real estate and licenses and securities, hedge fund licenses, it's not acceptable. Nothing's acceptable except for me getting $5 billion a year and $1 trillion for all the disrespect. That's the only thing that's acceptable. So, 2023, see if anything happens. Hadn't happened in 61 years. Graduated from Purdue in 85. Nothing's happened since 85. I'll be happy to go over this on 60 Minutes or something, everything I can recall. We can do it on 60 Minutes. I don't care, I got nothing to hide. Only dumbass punks have something to hide.